Hey, this is Ark, coming at you with a post-commentary with the 2v2 I played with Legend of Zama. I'll probably end up putting his name in the bottom, or in the description bar or whatever. What are these guys doing? These guys. But yeah, we're playing against 2v2 against Sloppy and Bernerter V96. My build consists of a two Yari Cav and a light Cav. I had started with this new build I'm kind of doing. I'm bringing back Katana Samurai. So I have two bow warrior monks. I know you can't see it, but I remember. So just played this battle. Two Yari Ashigaru, my step off me bro, long Yari Ashigaru, and actually, hold on. Okay, there we go. My game crashed twice today, so all my settings got all messed up. Anyway, so I got two Yari Ashigaru, step off me bro, my long Yari Ashigaru, four Naginata Samurai, and four or five Katana Samurai, depending on how much rank they are, and then of course my general on foot right here. My ally here brought a strong core of Naginata Samurai along with some Naginata Warrior Monks as backup, a Bow Warrior Monk with two Monk Cav and I believe bows, but they get caught up in the beginning. He has three Naginata attendants. This guy does charge his Cav in because we're going to capture the workshop. I then proceed in charging in one of my Yari Cav to help finish him off as I finish capturing the archery dojo. I end up sending in the rest of my Cav to go ahead and maybe support. I don't remember exactly. I also have my bow warrior monks attacking these guys' foot samurai and bow ashigaru. These guys are quite a few bow units. I know I didn't say my opponents. They're just mostly Katana Samurai and some Yari Samurai, which is actually a horrible unit. Please don't you bring Yari Samurai. Not a very smart idea. So we end up finishing off all of Green's horses, except for his general, and that one I'd routed in the actual film, but there's always errors with this stuff. Right here we're kind of just skirmishing. I bring up my Yari Ashigaru meat shield. This is kind of a micro lapse I had while I was microing my Cav. This guy has a huge open front, so I'm going to go ahead and charge in my Cav and then pull back out. He does notice this light Cav does have his archers. He sends in his general. If he probably wouldn't have done that, I probably could have taken out quite a few of his archers. I send in my depleted Yari Cav to hold these guys up. And then I believe I pull out this Yari Cav because I don't want to fight a downhill battle. I got some kills off of it, so I'm happy. My light Cav pretty much gets demolished, and I then proceed in charging my Yari Cav back uphill. I think I charge it back around and form it back in my army, and then I use it later if the replay is correct. If it will actually play correctly. Right now, we are kind of losing the bow fight, but in the same time, we won the Cav fight. So this bow warrior monk is completely caught by surprise, gets hit in the back by Katana Samurai, which will deplete it down to 0 just because of morale and stuff. My opponent here does not, or well, actually it was Legend of Zama's opponent, brought quite a heavy bow contingency. He has two highly vetted 4 chevron bow warrior monks and then a bow hero, which is roughly almost 4,000 koku. Very expensive. We do rout away one of his, and eventually we'll rout away the rest of his army. Legend of Zama does lose the rest of his bow contingency, but we did do quite a bit of damage. As you can see, my opponent has started to bring some of his forces down here. I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe he thought I was going to bring him back around. I just mostly just set this Naginata Samurai just to block Cav, because he was running Cav around here. Right now, my ally has some of his Warrior Monk Cav in the back, kind of covering us from... actually, not covering us, but keeping his Bow Warrior Monks distracted. By the way, Bow Warrior Monks are not really that good against Cav. I don't recommend bringing them as your anti-Cav force. As you can notice, it only has a 10 bonus versus Cav. At this point, me and Legend of Zama were on Steam Speak or whatever you want to call it, and so we're like, okay, let's just charge. We end up charging in all our units. As you can tell, he's put his guys into loose formation because of these Bow Warrior Monks and Bow Hero that are going to try and pick off some of his guys. Right before I hit his line, I decided to play defensive and form a Yari wall right here, which this unit is just going to destroy. You don't want to walk into a long Yari straight on. You're going to get demolished. So I form up my line here, bring up my general to pop a stand and fight. I think my ally does do a rally, which right as he did it, I was like, oh, I'm going to pop a rally, and so really I only helped these units. I got my Bow Warrior Monks to rain down on his general. I think pretty much these units are not going to really do much. This Tetsubo Warrior Monk probably would have been better if he brought it up earlier. These long Yari Ashigaru, I do send in some Katana Samurai to help fend them off, and these guys are going to be extremely effective. Probably would have been better if I did is inspired this one unit, and it probably would have done a lot better. As you can tell, my opponent has the right, or my ally, goodness, I keep getting them mixed up. Opponent does have the right side covered with all his units. I think he did forget these horses in the back, but it won't really matter too much. I think our opponents both brought, no, just one of them brought a bow general, which has pretty good, actually no, never mind, it only has 150 range. I must be thinking of a different battle. As you can tell, I easily wiped out their army because I took out their general. You take out a general and their whole army will rout. So I have my side cleared. My ally has his side clear, and he has a Yari hero that ends up taking us a while to get this guy, but I think in the replay it might just show him routing. But yeah, that was a good game. Thank you, Legend of Zama, for playing with me on this. We played like 3 battles. One was just absolutely horrid because oh, it was just hilarious because one of the players left, and if you know Shogun 2, the AI is horrid when it comes to, so I mean when you lose your ally to an AI and it's now an AI, it might as well go guns a-blazing or something, because you're gonna lose anyway unless you get really lucky in a beast. So yeah, what I'm thinking about doing is actually showing you a match before this. As you can tell, my Naginata Samurai didn't lose like any men. It's just the power of the army I have right now. His Naginata Samurai is really effective with katana infantry, and if you use it correctly, sometimes you don't even have to use your whole entire army. So yeah, in a second I'll bring up the second match. Hey, this is Ark coming at you with our second video of this, or battle of this video. Again, here's my army. I got the Daikyu, got the Bow Warrior Monk, I got the 3 Yari Ashigaru, and then 5 Katanas, because of my Some of my units were just unvetted. Oh gosh, hold on. Let me slow this down. And then 4 Naginata Samurai. My opponent here brought European cannons. Waste of money. I mean, yeah, it did disrupt some of my units, but just don't bring it. It's kind of a waste of money. Kind of pointless. It does, you know, end up taking out some of my guys and kind of rushes me. But yeah, my opponent did go for, you know, 2 bow warrior monks, a warrior monk, matchlock, very monk heavy army, as you can tell. So I'm going to be able to, if I can rain arrows onto this guy, it'll be really good. My ally, bringing Legend of Zama, bringing his Naginata Samurai, got some monks, got I think a Katana hero, or a Tetsubo warrior monk, and quite a few cav. He does love his bow cav. He has 2 bow cav and a warrior, 2 warrior monks calves. This guy, the dirtbag that he is, oh yeah, that's where the cannons hit my general. Decided to blank out his flags apparently. But he's bringing a katana heavy army, some nodachis in there, Naginata attendants, and some 2 bow warrior monk and a daikyu samurai, which is basically 175 range units. Has some fire cav, onobushi heroine, which is basically just a really good bow cav that can fight. Right here, though, I guess I can put it in normal motion now that I said everyone's army. We're capturing the sword dojo. We're going to, quote-unquote, forget about the workshop. But my ally does have a katana samurai hidden back here that he's going to spring and capture this workshop in the later game. He does also have I just noticed that he has a mounted samurai hero, which can be very effective also. Right here, he's engaging his bow cav into archer fire with the enemy. He does, you know, one of his bows or bow cav gets demolished. As you can hear, they're still firing at my guys, not doing too much damage. It's mostly just an irritation. So I'm like, screw it. So I have my 2 Yari cav here. Unvetted Yari cav at my opponent. I'm going to look like I'm going to go for his cannons, but then quickly move over to the bow warrior monks. Unfortunately, I forgot how amazingly good matchlock warrior monks are. Yes, they did kill 10 of their bow warrior monks just from taking out my unit, but it's extremely effective. I end up pulling this guy around to kind of attack from the around the archery dojo to kind of help me there, and I'm getting some lag here. I kind of moved my army a little closer to the archery dojo, maybe to try and find some more cover. See, that shot just jumped over my men. I don't know. I think cannons only have a limited number of fire. But anyway, so he has won. My opponent has won the cav fight with his superior katana. He has some Yari cav also. Let's see, what are these guys? Nodachi. He has some Nodachis in the back too. I did take out quite a few of his bow warrior monks, so I should be able to win the bow fight. I'm going to go ahead and move up since we do have the sword dojo. I'm going to move up to the archery dojo so we can get some better statistics. He does send in his bow cav, which I then proceed in not doing anything? Question mark. This is I probably should have, I'm sure something went wrong here, but I don't know why. He could have just charged me. I guess I was doing that. I don't know what's going on. I was able to take out half of his bow cav while he was only able to take out 5 of my units. or so. Right now, I'm taking the archery dojo, which will help with the reload. My ally has brought his Katana Samurai back in the back to capture the workshop, while he's also engaged the enemy bow units with his Naginata monk calves, which are actually pretty nicely chevroned. I think it's like 6 or 7 or something like that. My ally is going to trap my opponent, or his opponent, on the water, which is extremely effective since they will move a lot slower, so you can start picking them off. I think he ends up capturing the workshop without this guy even noticing. His avatar's bodyguard is going to attack from long range. He has 150. I think my opponent is a 200 range bow general. I start engaging with my enemy. Spread out my Yari Ash to get most of the fire. I put my general into stand and fight, so I have some increased reload skill and accuracy and all kinds of good stuff like that. My opponent then sends Cav to start hammer and anviling, which I then proceed and also I think he might be going after. He's going after something. I start to send over my Yari Ash, seeing that this bow warrior monk's dead. Send over some of my Naginata Samurai to go ahead and help. I think I sent a couple katanas over, noticing that really my opponent has sent everything over here. I start to feed over my units, and I think I also feed over my general. There's a little micro lapse where I didn't put my guys over, but that'll be okay. My opponent does, or his opponent, my ally's opponent, does charge in the cav at his avatar's bodyguard into the back, but luckily I also have my Naginata Samurai. Is this like really necessary? I don't understand this. They're just running in circles. It's kind of pointless. This is where I start sending over most of my army with my Katana Samurai and more of my Republican Guard, aka my Naginata Samurai. I also send over my General Shimatsu Yoshihiro. I'm very good at pronouncing stuff, by the way, if you haven't noticed already. You should look that guy up. That guy was a total badass when it comes to Japanese history and stuff. I think pretty soon I call out a rally pretty soon and pop a stand and fight here. He does have his matchlock warrior monks, but I'm mowing him down with my Daikyu Samurai. I have the rest of my army here. I'll eventually move it over because I'm not sure where he is. But I'll eventually move it over. He does start engaging my general with, I think, his bow general, but he's going to take down quite a few of my units, but I think my general will survive, hopefully. I'm not sure. My ally did defeat his opponent quite soundly with the help of my units. He did charge in his Naginata warrior monks into my Yari Ash. He sent in a couple of cav, and so at this point he went to charge my Daikyu Samurai, which at this point bows aren't really on my importance. These guys start chasing after nothing because it's a replay error. I end up sending these guys back up. There we go. Send these guys back up, and by this time, it's game over. You know, both of their generals are dead. All they have really is an Odachi Samurai that we're gonna swarm. Thank you to what's his name, Legend of Zama, which I'll try and remember to put his name or a link to his channel. Pretty good commentator. And I'm pretty sure you guys will like his videos. He's also a pretty good player too. He's in also the Heir of Carthage Spear Clan. So you know, if you guys watch that, that's basically how I found him. Like I think I typed in like Heir of Spears or something like that, and I found him. I was like, oh hey look, and so I added him. He's actually a pretty good commentator. Anyway, so at this point, I guess my Daikyu Samurai did survive. And that's where I started hitting this mounted samurai hero by not even paying attention. But the match is over. We're victorious, and it just shows you how, you know, a good picked out army, especially like Nodachi, or not Nodachis, but Naginata samurais. You can tell he has 80, you know, 86, 85, 89 still left in his army. Extremely effective. And this guy's just going in circles. Anyway, this has been Ark, and I'll see you guys later.